Okay, so picture this. You might need a biopsy, but instead of a scalpel, the doctor just uses a beam of light. Seriously, a procedure that can see deep inside your body, no cuts, no stitches, no scars at all. I know, it sounds like something straight out of science fiction, right? Well, it's actually a new reality, and we're gonna dive right into it today.
I mean, who hasn't had that moment of panic, right? You spot a weird-looking mole on your skin and your mind just goes there, to the worst-case scenario. And let's be honest, the whole process of getting it checked out has always been just as stressful as the worry itself.
Yeah, the old way is, well, it's a whole ordeal. First, they have to make a surgical cut. Then you get stitches, and you're just hoping it doesn't leave a nasty scar. But even after all that, the worst part kicks in. That anxious, agonizing wait for days, while a lab looks at one tiny slice of tissue to figure out what's going on.
But what if we could just skip all of that? The cutting, the waiting, the scarring? Well, that's exactly what researchers at Stanford have been working on. They've developed this absolutely groundbreaking method that does just that. It's called the virtual biopsy. So instead of a scalpel, this thing just scans your skin. It uses some seriously advanced imaging to build this incredible 3D digital map of everything that's going on right under the surface. It can see all the cellular structures, all without a single cut. It's amazing.
I mean, just look at the difference here. It's literally night and day. We're going from something super invasive to a totally non-invasive scan. The wait time for results? It goes from days down to minutes. The risk of a scar? Gone. This isn't just a tiny step forward, folks. This is a complete game changer for the patient.
Okay, so the big question is, how on earth does this work? It really does sound like magic, but it's actually this super clever mix of light, lasers, and, you guessed it, AI. So let's break down how it all comes together. All right, so the core tech here has a bit of a mouthful of a name, optical coherence tomography, or OCT for short. But the best way to wrap your head around it is to think of it like an ultrasound, but with light instead of sound. You know how ultrasound uses sound waves to create a picture? Well, OCT uses beams of light, and by seeing how that light bounces back, it can build this unbelievably detailed image of what's inside. So this whole thing really works as a two-part system. First, you have the OCT scanner itself, the laser imaging part, that's grabbing all the raw data from the skin. But here's the thing, that data on its own is pretty much useless. That's where the second, absolutely crucial piece comes in, the AI. Think of the AI as the ultimate translator. It takes all this super complex raw data from the laser scan, and it translates it into something doctors already know how to read. It creates images that look just like the classic stained microscope slides they've been trained on for 100 years. That one simple act of translation makes this tech ready to use in a clinic like right now. And we're not talking about guesswork here. This AI got schooled. The researchers fed it over 1,500 pairs of images. For each one, it got to see the new laser scan and the old school lab slide from the exact same piece of tissue. All that training is what taught it to create images so accurate that doctors can actually use them to make a diagnosis they trust. So, okay, the tech is obviously incredible, but what does all this actually mean for you, for me, for the patient in the room? Well, this is where a really cool piece of science becomes a genuine revolution in patient care. For the patient, everything changes. I mean, just imagine it. You get your results right then and there in the doctor's office in a matter of minutes. No cutting, no pain, no stressing about a scar. And because the scan is so detailed, it can even help cut down on the need for more surgeries down the line. And it's not just great for patients. For doctors, this is a total game changer. Think about it. A physical slice of tissue can only be looked at one way. But this is a 3D digital model. Doctors can digitally slice and dice it any way they want. Up, down, sideways, diagonally. They can explore it from angles that were just physically impossible before. It gives them a whole new level of insight. You know, one of the lead researchers, Dr. Adam Delzerda, said something that really sticks with me. He said they didn't just want to match the old way. They wanted to improve on it. The real goal was to create something that was actually better, more detailed and more powerful than the gold standard that's been used for over a century. So where do we go from here? I mean, this is obviously amazing for checking out skin issues, but the potential here, it goes way, way beyond that.
Just think about a surgeon in an operating room. Let's say they're removing a tumor. With this tech, they could scan the area right there on the spot to make sure they got every last little bit. That could mean no more anxious waits to see if you need a second surgery. And the long-term dream? To use this for all kinds of diagnostics, deep inside the body, on all sorts of different organs.
Look, this technology is a huge leap forward. It's a shift toward medicine that's faster, safer, and just plain smarter. And it really leaves you with a pretty exciting question, doesn't it? As tech like this gets better and better, what's the next part of medicine that's going to get to throw away the scalpel?